It's Friday night and game time is near. JesseHellWheeler and Super are here with a helping hand. Even you can master the cards that confuse. We have the answer. Let's talk about our game. It's number one. Random cards playing tokens for fun. Question asked and we answer some. Distracted by wild stories of how we won. Confusion reigns and laughter echoes loud. Our knowledge of the cards will make Tuffy proud. Finish things up with a howl and a spin. Another Friday night card chaos bitchin'. Cow and scribes battling, who knew? Some say they know but ain't got a clue. Super and Jesse, the dynamic two, together answering questions just for you. Cards keep spinning with no end in sight, answering questions making you feel alright. Every card has a hidden shining light. Let the Friday night chaos take flight. Time's running out and soon we'll have to end, but not before we take ourselves for a little spin. Every card released has a chance for the light. We'll let the wheel choose how we end the night. Confusion reigns and laughter echoes loud. Our knowledge of the cards will make Tuffy proud. Finish things up with a howl and a spin. Another Friday night card chaos bitchin'. Bitchin'. Bitchin'.
Hello everybody! How are we doing tonight?
Hello.
We have our usual awesome Super, and we have a Scooby in the house.
What?
What's up? What's up?
He decided to come back for more.
What's up, Scooby?
What's up, Super? How are y'all?
All right. Awesome. Thank you for being here. And it's Friday.
It is Friday. Last week, Friday, was the day before some chaos ensued. And oh my goodness, was it chaos. Like, last week's league was interesting, to say the least.
Oh, yeah. It was cool. We all three of us played it. And,
it was good fun. There is no doubt on that. But having no restricted list. How did we think? How did we think League went? That insanity went.
Yeah, Scooby, what's your thoughts? League yesterday. Oh, oh my God.
No,
yesterday?
What?
No. You didn't miss anything. Last week.
Honestly, I don't think that it had that much of an impact, at least in my games.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe one game there was 2 pickle quests pulled, but other than that, I mean, there were none of the other cards were being pulled twice. So I don't know. Just for me personally, it didn't have that much of an impact. How about y'all?
I know Bendy had a game where there was, I think, like tons of server outages pulled.
Yeah, I think 3 server outages.
But I think that you're right.
In his hand, right?
Yeah, because Pepperoni brought it back. But I think you're right. There wasn't really any games that there was like an absurd number of the restricted list cards being played.
No, but I don't know if y'all remember, but Tuffy right after was like, "So how do you like it?" Like he was probably thinking that we hated it. I don't think one person that played hated the unrestricted games we played.
Yeah, I think we probably all came to the consensus of it. It was very much that medallion issue.
Yeah. Yep.
100%.
Yep. But thoughts on League. So that game last Saturday, we got to give a shout out to Stanky because he went 3-0.
Indeed, he did.
No buys. He took me out in the first game. He got his medallion and his quick characters on quick, and I could not keep up. And then
took me out in the second one. I'm pretty sure it was me.
Second game, okay. Yeah, he beat you in the second.
I'm not too sure as to which of our game lasted longer because, again, I got wiped out maybe within 5 minutes, and it's this whole it's not actually the number of medallions either. So putting it onto the restricted,
Yeah.
which we do in a minute have a photo of the new restricted list, because we did get the update we were promised. But restricting the actual medallion, it doesn't. I mean, yes, it's needed, but that's not really the problem.
That wasn't the problem, no. But so he wiped you out quick after wiping me out quick, and then he plays a little longer game against Bendy, but he wins.
Oh, that was most definitely the
so-
longest game of his night.
Yeah. So congratulations to him. That's good. That's good. I noticed a lot of maybe because of the new rule, a lot of CWC medallion decks were being played. I played one. Jesse, what did you play?
I played a scribe deck. I was
Oh yeah, you were
because
one of the
I
weird
was
ones.
kind of making it up before the rule got talked about, and I was at that point. Well, I've half made this deck already. I'm not going to start again from scratch. No, I will. They seem to have got more powerful, and apart from that 5-minute game, it certainly sort of held its ground to a point, even if it gave me a slow, painful defeat.
Yep. It's good. What did you play?
So
Played multiple decks.
Mine messed up a little bit. My mind messed up a little bit, but you know what? It's okay because Super, you still fried me. But my first game, I played a scribe deck, and then I don't know why, but in my head, I got the thinking that we were able to switch decks, so I switched to a LolCow deck against Super, and again, Super brought the WWE SmackDown versus Raw Royal Rumble to me.
Is that
I
is that why a message popped up in the chat, the league chat, suddenly going, "Are we allowed to switch decks?"
Yeah, because I was like, Scoop, wait a minute, weren't you playing? Wait, have you always been playing this quick deck? Yeah, he. That surprised me. I was like, oh shoot, we could change it because you know what? After playing Stanky, I hated that deck. I wanted to get rid of it because I was like, this is way too slow. I'm drawing trickeries and magics. Oh my god.
No, it's only if you're special people like Scooby. Only then you can.
He got the deck switch. But
it's fine.
I'm surprised.
We'll get into league mode. It's still fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh back starting up again, so and Scooby's never done league before, so he's still new. He's got to learn
that was my first time playing in league.
Oh, that's right. You missed the first one because of the jersey. That's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, y'all were able to switch that last time, right?
Yeah, between the two decks.
Yeah, starters.
Whether you wanted, it was just cows or
I think that maybe that's why I was thinking we could change.
So, we'll give him the newbie benefit of the doubt and things.
Yeah. You know what? I wanted to ask: did any scribe win that day?
I came extremely close against Germ. Our game ended me 0 and him 80, I think.
Oh yeah, damn. That's a Raxian Rage away. But what did he play?
He played. I think he played Scribes as well.
Okay. So, well, Scribes had to win that one. I think that was the only game then that I could think of because the championship game was between two quick decks. I played a quick deck and I went 2-1.
I know the consensus of the night was that deck that Stanky played is banned. Never see it again. It's a great deck.
It's never going to be seen again.
It's a great. There's nothing. It's a great deck, but oh my goodness, that is nasty. It will win you the game so quickly if you get the right pulls. It's ridiculous.
But now without that, things will be different. I'm trying to think. I think like 4 out of 7 probably played quick decks, or 5. Actually, one.
There was definitely, I think, a large consensus, maybe a 50-50, or sort of on playing a quick deck or something different.
See, so the only time a scribe won Scoops was when a scribe played a scribe, right?
Yep.
I think that. Wow, but I mean, it makes sense. It's because the accessory switch was still available. Well, it is available, but I mean, okay. Well.
Yeah, the medallion switch was just It was just too much.
Anyone
It was
got
just
any?
too much.
Oh, anyone got any info for tomorrow? Is there anything happening?
I haven't
I
heard if
haven't
there's
heard a
anything
single thing.
special or anything, so it's probably potentially
not.
back to normal decks and things. But
Mhm.
having said that, what do our decks now have to abide by? So we, as I said, we did
Oh, yeah.
get the new restricted list.
Show the image.
Here it is. So as of effect to the 1st of this month. So it looks fairly similar, to be honest, to the previous one.
Yeah.
We don't have the pot of mead on here, but as we ascertained when we were making our unrestricted decks, my mouth isn't working. You know, the card itself limits itself, so it doesn't actually need to be on the restricted list. But we've still got Happy Thanksgiving, still got our Pickle Quest server outage. We are now only having a limited list that is limited to 1. No banned or semi-restricted, which means Vitamin CWC here has moved from being able to have 2 down to 1. And I think that was the same for, wasn't it, the medallions?
Yeah. Yeah, there were 2.
I mean, definitely, the medallion and golden idol most definitely need to be. But that Vitamin CWC, what do we think of that now only being 1? I know I always run 2 in my deck.
I'll let y'all talk about it because I'll say my piece. Hopefully Tuffy's not listening. What you think, Scoops?
That was a really sad change, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I really think that we need 2 of those, especially whenever people get those immortals. I mean, there's just not a
Yep.
lot to really get them off. So
Yep.
now we're being limited just a little more. And personally, I just don't like that change. I would, if anything, I would have said we get 3 of them, just me personally. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
I mean, most of these changes, yeah, I'm happy. Well, changes. There's not really massive changes. There's the medallions, as we've definitely ascertained, it's bad enough with 1, let alone being able to have multiple doing that. So yes, they definitely. Whether or not we're going to regret the Mr. McToker becoming no longer on this list,
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, that Vitamin CWC becoming now only 1. I'm going to have to take 1 out of my deck, and I don't know what to replace it with. It's so useful for being the variety of, do I need to use it to get rid of that really annoying Biff that just keeps howling? Yes, it's only 30, so,
Yeah.
but I need it off the field. Or do I need to get rid of something that's a lot bigger, but I don't have a Raxmus anymore, or I don't have that cost? You want that? It's so useful with that specific, okay, 2 times, whatever, and that's how many tapes and things.
That card was never a problem. It's one of those cards that makes problem cards easy to deal with. You got an annoying Den on the field, get rid of it. You got an annoying Medica or Chibi LolCow Live or Terma Wrangler. Someone that you have no other way to get rid of them. It's a very fair card. It's expensive if you want to get rid of a very expensive tape cost card that has a lot of HP. I think it was a balanced card. I don't know why it went to 1 per deck. 2 was fine. I don't see it. I don't see a problem with it. Do you? Okay, let me ask you all this now. Do you notice there's a couple cards missing? Pot of Mead, Mr. Medicare, and 1 other card is missing from this list. Let's see. Do you all know which one it is?
Dimensional Merge.
Yes.
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 Although, to be fair, that is a card
I
we've
was
said.
actually very surprised at that.
It's a card we've said we haven't seen, I think, anyone play.
Nobody plays it. That's the reason. Yeah.
So that is interesting. Let's hold on, promos for those wondering.
Yeah, I don't even remember what that card does, to be honest with you.
It lets you. It's a magic. So there you go. There you go. It,
Uh-oh.
it's really not that
Bring
bad
you
if
up
you
on
think
top.
about it. If it was a trickery, it would be a really good card, especially against CWC Savior
This
decks.
one.
There you go. Yep. It's to commemorate, I do believe, old Christian coming back to the internet and having a interview with a content creator, and yeah, it was just so strange and
Yeah, it's the one
wow.
you place all the characters on the field randomly into a pile outside of the game. So essentially group everything up, all the characters up, shuffle the deck, pop it into a pile outside of the game, and then each intro, so you get a random card from that pile.
Yeah,
But it's 7 tapes. I've never seen anyone use it. It's a magic, so it can only be
uh,
used on your turn. But it is
and it's
interesting
funny.
that it's off.
Yeah, but I mean, what, June 1st of 2023 or 2024? I'm sorry, this was added, and I don't know if people played it before that. I mean, now that you see it, is this actually? What do you think? Well, I mean, I don't know.
I
To
mean,
me,
ho
expensive.
honestly, I've never used this card.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, I always saw it on the list, and it was one of
Yep.
those I would just I don't know. I felt like it wouldn't really help me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
So
when we
yeah,
were
it being taken off the restricted
Yeah.
list, I think was good, especially because nobody ever played it.
Yeah.
So that'll allow for some gameplay to now happen, and maybe down the line it'll be back on the restricted list because
Maybe.
it's just one of those that maybe we all just neglected, and now
Hmm.
we're seeing the power.
Yep.
maybe. I mean, the other thing is when we were discussing last week, potentials of how some of them coming off the restricted list would be. It's 7 tapes, so you're not seeing it till near end game. So the
And
likelihood of
it's
you
magic.
actually seeing, well, 1 drawing and then 2 being able to play, 3 of
Yeah.
them anyway, it seems low chance. But
Yeah.
I said, I don't think anyone has played it. If somebody has played a game with it, please let me know. Let us know, and let us know how it played out. Because we're
Here's
not
the thing.
brave enough to put
My
it in our
problem.
decks.
Yeah. It's magic. You can only play it on your turn, so you're gonna screw yourself. It's 7 tapes, expensive. If this was a trickery, like I said, someone drops 10 Sonotube tokens, you drop this, and now it's a new game again. Everybody gets to draw from the pile. Other than that, being a magic, yeah, no,
Yeah, it's a hard one.
yeah. I could see why Tuffy said, "Why is this on the list?" and he let it go. Um, but good catch, y'all. Because when I was looking at the list, I was like, "Wait a minute, something's missing," and something got added. Okay. Quiz number 2. Let's see it between both of you. What got added to this list?
Uh, hide that one away. There
There you go. Okay.
we go. Back to the list. Hide away that now forgotten about merge. But
What got added? Who gets it first?
I think it was either the medallion or the idol, right?
The medallion was
they were on
limited
the.
to protect the idol.
The idol,
It's,
yeah.
it's the idol. Yeah.
But again,
It was never on the
it's
original
that
list.
new accessory ability chance. It
Hmm.
makes it.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Yeah. Um, let me ask you all this then. If the accessory swap was never changed and it was kept like it should have been, or like it always was, where you cannot swap accessories between characters, would you think Tuffy have zapped Medallion and Golden Idol to one? I don't think so.
No
They
way.
probably would not have made the list.
No way. They would have not made the list. No
I was
way.
gonna say,
Yeah,
do you think that
yeah.
we would have then lost the semi-restricted list? Because originally the medallion was
So,
on a semi-restricted.
yeah, I think you're right.
Uh,
I
Is
think you're
it
right.
because we've put those ones on that we're not, because they've now become limited to one, that is just, what's the point in having a semi-restricted for one card?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if we never had that, well, I am sad. We only got 1 week to try the unrestricted, no limits. We got 1 day really officially to try it. Unfortunately, I think the item swap would kind of ruin things, and I wish we got more time. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I
I
think that change being added literally a day before league, which is not a whole lot of time for people to really
Yeah,
practice with it or get used to it and figure things out. One, it
yeah,
wasn't enough time for us, and two, honestly, I don't think it was a good change. I think
no,
it should not have been made. And the medallion and golden idol should have had a semi-restricted list, and that
I know.
change should not have happened. That is how I feel.
All right, Jesse, what you thinks about that?
Yeah, I don't like the change of the accessories. It just seems too easy to be manipulated, like
Yeah,
badly. It just seems dirty almost, you know? Like, yeah, you can win the
yeah,
game. Do you really feel quite right for doing it that way? It happens so quickly. There's almost no game in the first place.
It feels
yeah.
cheap.
Yeah,
It
that's
does.
the word I'm looking for. It, it's I'm not a fan. And yes, if that change hadn't happened, then the one medallion, the golden idol, wouldn't really need to be on the limited list. With that change, they definitely do. But I'm sad on the vitamin CWC.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I don't want to take one out of my deck.
yeah. Um, I'll tell you what. It was. It's like Scooby. I'm sorry it had happened against you, but it was awful. I had 4 cheap. I had 2 Chris Chansteins that always come out of the what do you call it, the scrap
The
pile.
scrap pile, yeah.
Yeah, 2 tapes cost each. I had a barb on the field, 1 tape cost, and I had uh, a a blue spike, 2 tape costs, and I got a medallion out and I moved it through all 4 of those cheap characters, and for paying, let's say 4, 5, 6, 7 tapes to bring those guys out, I made 8 40/40 Sonichu tokens with Dash. That is just awful. And
Yeah, that was a crazy combo,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. So that I felt gross doing it. I was like, this,
You, you,
but
you, you mean for like what, 320 in one hit?
yeah, yep. And I even had the Sonichu tokens because I had tapes left over making other ones. So yeah,
I mean, the only
we don't.
reason Stanky's game went on so long for the second one was, as we found out the week before with the Cow and Scribe decks, was because it was a CWC medallion deck versus a CWC medallion deck.
Yeah,
And, he was bringing out all these Sonichus, which are flooding the field, and then Bendy's just responding with more Sonichus flooding the field, and it was almost, balancing each other out, and it's just who gets the pull first, almost. Who gets that better draw.
yeah.
And that's the only
But
reason it lasted.
I think yeah, and I think you all are right. Nobody had a problem with unlimited. It needed more time to play. Um, but you know what? I'm surprised. I am very, very surprised. Bogrito and CWC Savior did not end up on any list.
Agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't know what your
can't believe
problem with
that.
Bogrito is. It's only. See, the difference
Oh,
really between Bogrito, I guess, and I'd say the medallions and things. The Bogrito, for its true effectiveness, you really do need that whole sort of setup. You need to make sure there
yeah.
is a sexy goth bad boy to duplicate it. You really
It's a
you
setup.
need that
Yeah.
backup. And whereas the medallion, you just need any CWC. And that's your free
No, yeah,
attachment
yeah.
and free moving on all of them.
Oh no, I understand the accessory. No, I'm talking about. Uh, well, my problem with Bogrito is if you have enough tapes, you got almost a board wipe every turn. You know.
So, but again, as I still
Uh,
say, it's still one that requires a bit of planning, a bit of setup. It does. it's not as simple as just as I say, attach it and then move it along.
You're super biased. That's the
I
thing.
but then
know?
equally you don't play it much and you hate it being played against. But I think it's less of a cheap move, the Bogrito. Yes, it feels it's horrid. It's horrible to be played against. Don't get me wrong. I've had it played against me, by a certain silent person at the moment over there. I know the feeling of being Bogritoed, but I feel like it's less cheap than the accessory move and things. I feel like you've actually had to have tried to make sure you've pulled it or used another card to make sure you've got hold of it, and then to use it at the right time when you've got the right cards down. So I feel like it's a little bit more of an effort one.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy. Obviously, it's not on the limited list.
Yeah.
I don't think, even if it was, I don't think it would deserve to go onto a completely one only in a deck list.
No, I'm talking about at least two.
So
we all agree accessory swap should be banned. But okay, Scooby, you play this a lot. What do you feel about Puff? We know she's hella biased, and but overseas they love Puff for some reason. They love Bogritos. I don't understand it. But what do you think? Because you played it a lot, and you've had it played a lot. So against you, do you think it should have been 2 per deck or less?
So I am like in the kind of neutral zone. I
Ooh.
think that both
he's
the
going
Bogrito
safe.
and the Savior need to either be on the semi-restricted or the limited deck list.
Oh, I agree.
100%.
See,
And them not being added this time around, especially because Tuffy obviously knows how we play. He's seen the gameplays countless times. He knows how powerful they are. That they're the top. I would say they're the top 2 metas right now.
Well, the Savior and Creator is maybe one of the few powerhouses left in the Cow deck when you compare it up against the new Scribe one.
And you can't counter it.
Yeah, not being able to do what that is. It can be pretty devastating.
I think plenty of my streams have record of its devastation.
Yeah, that's why Jesse, I told you to your. I know it doesn't fit your Puff deck, but just having 2 or 3 is better than a Goatwire.
It is something I potentially I do need to properly go through my deck, and obviously now they're taking CWC out, which actually I'm going to have to remember to delete one before every game tomorrow because I haven't tweaked my deck. But it's just choosing what to take out, what to put in, and I wish I could just hold it. It could stay strong and steady as it is as a Boglim deck on its own.
Yeah. I have a Savior and Creator, and Scoobs, I think you are the same in every LolCow deck. Doesn't matter if it's a Chungus, doesn't matter if it's LolCow Live, doesn't matter if it's tanks, doesn't matter if anything that could, I'll put those cards in just because.
Yep, any type of LolCow or universal deck that I got, immediately at minimum 2 Saviors.
I definitely understand. It makes sense. They don't really need anything to play. It doesn't matter if they don't quite fit in your deck. They still have a pretty decent boom to them without anything else helping them.
That card won League last year, and
that is true.
I love that card, but it won League, and it's broken. It needs to be, I always used to say, no, don't ban it, don't ban it. No, it needs to be semi-restricted.
I don't mind.
I love it. I agree.
I don't want Bogrito to get limited or anything. I would be more annoyed though if it was put on the limited list.
Yeah.
If it was semi-restricted to 2, it'd be annoying. But I understand. But then if we can do that, then surely CWC here, Vitamin C, can come back to being semi-restricted.
Yeah, and I agree. I totally agree. It needs to be, and I love that card. That card got me the win, and no, it's just too much. A little is too much. Um,
But
let's see. So that's
the fun, we had a lot of fun though last week with this alteration to the
yeah,
gameplay, which is kind of what our main topic of today is sort of like, that deck that Stanky made has almost become a challenge deck. You know, it's a challenge to find a deck that isn't maybe the exact same style deck, but
yeah,
something that could counter it, something that could slow it down or even beat it. And I know
yep.
I can't remember if it was Stanky or Jan, but someone was the throwing out there the idea of, what if we could have a game of things where the tape decks are entirely comprised of golden tapes? Obviously, golden tapes give you 2 tape points each time, but at the cost of 30 life points.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
I don't
you'd
think we need a time limit
steam.
that week.
Yeah, you wouldn't need a time limit because you would steam through your life points. But it'd be an
Yep.
interesting game to see how it play out.
Yes. And I think we all did our homework on coming up with a few fun little challenge decks. Is that what is the real? What is that the name for them? I'm not. I know in Magic they do things like that. Is it flash events or challenge
I
decks?
have
What is it called?
no idea. I just
So
went with
you,
challenge decks because I think I'm sure people could get the idea of that. But if there is a proper name, please do tell me.
what is the name?
Anyone?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't, if I had to guess, I would say maybe just like flash event.
Okay. So we I think Scoob. I know you did your homework. I did my homework. I think it would be fun if we did like a just to throw things off, throw things. What do you call it? Just to make things different. Have one theme day for League where it's not always the same decks hitting each other over and over. No, it's these little challenge days. And
It made
you
last
want to go
week
first? Or?
interesting. It sort of threw everyone on the
Yeah.
head and just made you think a little differently, and maybe made people use different cards. Which
Yep.
it's always good because until you use a card, you don't necessarily realise its strengths. There wasn't
Yeah.
until I used a certain card. Super didn't realise that actually, damn, I need to put this card in my deck. It's a lot better than I thought. And of course, that was
Yeah.
my little extra protein.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. Um, but Scoobs, what do you got? Do you have some interesting challenge decks that you came up with?
So I came up with, think it's either 7 or 8. So I'll just run through the
Whoa!
list real quick.
Yes.
Hey, take your time.
So for okay, so for the first one, we would restrict decks to cards that are only a 4 tape cost or below, and that's
I like
for
that.
magic, trickeries, and characters. Just everything
that
across
would
the board.
Ooh, it's
that
a
would be
kind
cool. It's
of
all these little heavy little.
like a nibbler day.
Eh,
Just the small hitters.
Yes. Yes, a nibbler day. I like that. I like that.
Unfortunately,
Probably make games go fast.
yeah, unfortunately, that limit there, he says restricted to cards that are 4 tapes. You do realise what's technically 4 tapes.
That's why I chose 4.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's sneaky planning there, choosing the one that just about
yeah.
includes the only card that would then technically be able to play for more than 4 tapes.
Ooh, yeah. That's I didn't even think about that. I was like thinking, the good cards like what's it, Digital Messiah, and I was trying to think like what's some good heavy hitting cards like that. But yeah, that's true. That's not good. What else you got? What's your second?
All right, so the next 2 go hand in hand. So there's one with characters with only keyword abilities that are allowed, so such
Hmm.
as dash, overrun, and then
Nice, yeah.
characters with no character abilities are allowed.
Ooh.
Ooh. Now,
So a
how would
oh,
you
go
work
ahead.
that? Would you say for the no character abilities? Would you say only
Keyword
choose
abilities.
cards that
Keyword.
don't actually have them, the keyword abilities, or would you say if the card happens to have a keyword ability, you just pretend it's not there?
No,
Hmm.
not allowed at all if they have a keyword ability.
So you'd have to find all the few cards that don't have any keyword abilities.
Yep.
No
So
dash.
nothing with
Ooh.
dash, no overrun, no
Yep.
stalker, no cheap shot.
I like that. I like that too. That'd be interesting. You know what I like about these? Because they would force you to play cards you would never play. So,
Yeah,
well, just like,
it always keeps it
yeah,
mixed up.
yeah. Instead of playing the same CWC dash deck, instead of playing the same puff deck, instead of playing the same scribe deck. Yeah, I like this. And I know Tuffy said maybe if we need more, get more players, but I hope it just is in the rotation. What else you got?
Another one is a strict all character deck, no trickery, magic,
Oh,
or items.
Oh,
ooh, yep, yep,
well, that could be
yep.
that
Another
could
one.
be intriguing.
Oh yeah, that one would definitely be a lot of fun, I think. So another one I got is only cards allowed from one set. So a deck that is
Yep.
all Whorehouse, all Volume X, all pre-release, whatever you want it to be, but it has to be only from one set.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Uh,
You could do a draft from a game mode like that.
Yeah, it would definitely probably limit it down to Volume X, Horror House. I guess if you're including it, then probably the pre-release, or if you can combine it as one sort of set, the two-player decks. I don't think any other decks sets have enough cards to be able to make like an actual fully functioning deck.
Mhm. Yeah, but you could get some good ones in Volume X just by itself.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Dua is in Volume X.
Yep.
That is very true.
And what else?
All right, so I've only got 3 more. So all trickery, magic, and item cards are limited to 1, and all character copies are allowed one more. So we could have 4 copies of any character
Ooh.
instead of 3.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting anyway, having all trickery and magics limited down to 1.
Yeah.
But then adding that extra character available. Ooh.
Ooh, if you get like something with Immortal down,
And of course
hard to get rid of.
Yeah, and of course you put a medallion in. Then all those extra characters that you can have out on the field.
Yep. Okay.
Another one that I think would be really fun is an all tank deck.
Mhm.
So no magic, no trickery, no items, just strict 40 tanks and see what happens.
I think all of us had come up with the idea of a tank, some sort of variety. I think Super, you had the idea with a minimum amount of tanks, but still allowing other cards.
So, and are we supposed to be hopefully getting tanks in the future? Other different ones?
I think Tuppy said that he was trying to make a full tank deck for us to actually buy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
You don't need to necessarily add too much to a tank deck. I think, was it you, Super, that played me with your tank one?
Yeah, I got one.
And it is pretty.
Tank LolCow.
It is pretty good because you're constantly, the tanks don't cost much, and you're constantly almost bringing them out, which then buff themselves up their attacks and things.
And I paired it up with, of course, Savior and Creator. So, yeah. And a lot of board wipe stuff. And, okay, and what's the last one you got?
So for my last one is no cards that either give a spin ability or the card has a spin ability. So no medallions and nothing that no character cards that have a spin ability within itself.
That would get rid of. Okay, yeah.
Would be a fair few
like
gone. That you wouldn't be able to spin to, like the scribes would lose their spinning to draw cards or rewind tapes.
Yep.
Obviously, yes, we lose that annoying medallion use, thankfully. It's even the playing field back out.
Yep. Jesse, do you got any?
I think most of mine are covered with either ones already said by Scooby or the ones you've got coming up.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I got some. Here we go. First one, all gold tapes, 3,000 life point game. I think it's like you're gonna lose if you Yeah, if you make it to turn 10, I think it was like 1600 damage you'll be giving yourself. So that allows more. But I wanted to see if the game would be fast or slow, and if you could just make a deck with all big characters, because by turn 5 you're already making 10 tapes, so you're going to be able to be putting down some very strong characters, and at that point it's basically just who could damage the other fast enough so they can't turn their gold tapes.
I did like was intrigued by the idea of obviously all golden tapes, and I did think I think I worked it out that if you kept obviously the life as it is at 420, then I think it was by about turn 5 you would be
Yeah, it's
essentially
over.
dealing a killing blow to
Yeah.
yourself. So it would be interesting to have to make a deck within that sort of limitation. It's got
Yep.
to be fast. Yes, you're going to get up.
That's why I
You'll
said,
have up to
yeah.
the 10. Well, you can't have up to 10 because I think that the 10 tapes at the last one, not the 5, would be the killing. But
Yeah.
you'd have up to that 4 tape section to really get to the either something that's really helping you with your life or deal it.
Yep.
Whereas if you put that life up, did you choose 3000 at random, or is
I
that
tried
how
to figure
much
it
you
out, 'cause
thought
like I
would
said,
get you to 10 tapes?
because at 10 tapes, I think, okay, I'm not good at math. Math has always been very tough, but I think you're dealing around 1600 something damage to yourself if you spin all 10 tapes at once.
But remember, you will have
So,
cumulatively continually been doing damage.
and that's what I mean. And with I'm sorry,
Ah,
yeah,
right,
and
yeah.
with cumulatively one tape, then 30, then two tapes. Now you're doing 90 to yourself. Three tapes. Now you're doing the 120. So I did that, and so I figured, okay, because at first I put 1000 life points. I was like, wait a minute, you can't even go to the 10th tape. You'll be gone already. So then I went to 2000. I was like, wait a minute, you're already almost there. So 3, and that allows you to play your big characters, your 10 tape characters in the middle of the game. Turn 5.
That's going to be
So
interesting. We don't generally see the big hitters out very often. One, some of them
nope.
come out and they deal so much that the game's ended. To
Yep.
they cost a lot, so you rarely see more than one if they do come out. So it would be interesting seeing those cards that are generally kept in the shadows as almost game enders.
And now you get to play multiples. Number 2, no do what day. No counters. Play what you want without fear.
That would be a lot of fun.
Oh,
I am in agreement with that one 100%.
we do that with obviously the 2-player decks,
The starters.
but they also don't have many of the other cards like
Mhm.
Vitamin C, not
Server.
Vitamin C, Server Outage, Pickle Quest.
Yeah.
I think, and some of the other restricted cards. Do what when you get those restricted in really do start need to be used.
Yeah. I think I kept saying whenever we were playing the starter deck games, I was like, isn't that nice? What you play gets played on the field. You don't have to look at your opponent's tape deck and say, oh, they're holding 2 back. Oh man, should I play this? Oh, then you're trying to play these little mental games with them to see which one are they going to do what.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'd like
I
to see
think it's
this
perfect.
Yeah.
For the starter decks, 2-player decks is perfect because it can get you into the game, it can get you learning, it'll get you reading the cards and understanding how they play without the fear of those big hitters, those server outages just going to wipe your board off, or those people that will just go, do what? Nope. No chance for you to see what this card or how it works. Nope.
Yep.
It works perfectly
Everywhere.
as for those decks.
Number 3, scribes only. This isn't really like a huge difference, but I think it'll promote other people to play scribes. What do y'all think?
I would love this one. I am a huge fan of the scribes now.
Yep.
I mean, I lost a little faith. I'm not gonna lie, last weekend, but now my faith is restored. My faith has been restored.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in love with the scribes right now. They're absolutely my favorite.
Wow. Even with Savior and Creator coming down,
Even
and
with
just
Savior.
wow, I'm surprised. Well, the new limited list really helps scribes out because it gets rid of 2 Happy Thanksgivings that you have to worry about. So that's good. Um, Wow. Jesse, what do you think? Scribes only.
I think it'll be good. Obviously, from the 2-player decks of the scribes we've seen, it does definitely lengthen the game out. Kind of evens the
Yeah, that could
battlefield.
happen.
So I think if we did scribes only, we're probably looking at maybe some longer games.
That's true. But you know what? With server outages, with other things you get, I think it's yeah.
Yeah, you're not having a happy
That was a nightmare
Thanksgiving,
though.
but you've got Eerie
Yep.
Pepperoni now, which we've already said
Yep.
is definitely that
3 of
happy
them.
Thanksgiving side that the scribes needed.
And you get 3. Number 4, tanks, which is Scooby. You and I kind of thought the same, but I said a minimum 20 tanks. You said 40 at most.
No, what I said was complete deck of nothing but
Okay.
tanks. No magic, no trickery, no items.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine was nearer on the super side of, having to have
Oh
a
my
deck that
God.
had a minimum amount of tanks.
Yeah.
But
I just figured, hey, it'd be fun. It forces people to play the tanks, which are fun. They're not great, but they're fun, and you get to choose. Do you want your supporting cards to be LolCow? Do you want your supporting cards to be Scribes? You get to choose. You can't have both, but so yeah, that's why on mine I went with LolCow just so I could run Savior with them. Number 5, Scribes and LolCows together. It's like a peace treaty deck.
Oh, that one I would love.
Yep.
Scribe
No.
with the Savior and Creator.
Yep.
Ooh.
I
Put
feel
him
like
with yeah.
that deck would become like Stanky's. It would have to go into that ban jail.
Oh, it would definitely be a one-time
Yeah.
use.
To mix
How about
some
that?
of the ones
Yeah.
mixed together, yeah.
I was thinking like a too high for stupid with CWC Savior, where they keep rewinding tapes. Yeah, like that, something like that. Put Kiwi and him together, to to spin 10 tapes, then you rewind a bunch, then spin them again to add more to your
Oh.
pile
Or
Oh,
draw
yeah.
cards.
and draw. Yes,
Yeah, that,
So
as I said, I think that would be another deck sent to jail afterwards. A one-time use for everyone to go, keep it away.
Yeah.
No, never see it
I
again.
think that'd be kind of cool to see what people build. That there's no limits. Subscribe and locals. You can put them together. See what you
It
get.
would be an interesting, what combination do people choose to go with? Which scribes, which cows?
Yep.
You'd have to specify, you can't have a deck that just ends up comprised of, just cows. You have to mix them together.
Yeah,
But
maybe like a
which
limit
ones?
a max or whatever. Yeah. Number 6, which kind of goes, Scooby, with your under 4 tapes, but I went under 60 health.
So your one
Make a
only
deck.
caps at the characters. I guess, and maybe some
Yeah.
dens, because there's a couple of dens that have 80. Whereas Scooby's caps all the cards, including obviously the magic and the trickeries.
So this one forces you to play all those little characters with 50 health at least, because under 60 there's nothing 59. Just to see, it forces you to play the little guys, and yeah, let's see how it goes. And last one, food. You are required to have every dank food hack and drink combo in your deck with a maximum allowed 3. And I think 1 for, of course, now Vitamin Quick, unfortunately. So that's another one, just food. And then your normal deck. So those are my challenge ones. And hopefully we get to have somewhere. Maybe we could vote on them. Maybe we could, to get it an actual
Run
day
like
of
polls or something.
and of whoever's gonna play, and give everybody a week to make a weird deck. Of the rules. And
I feel like when there is a break in League one time or something, we should just put it upon ourselves and choose a challenge one and say, you know what, this week, if anyone wants to play me, that's great. But I'm going to be, if you want to play me, you have to play only a tank deck. Nothing but tanks.
yes.
Be interesting. It's a tank battle back and forth. But, I feel like if it doesn't seem to be get going, then we prove how interesting it could be. We take a break when there is a break day off legitimate games and
Mhm.
make a challenge one ourselves and go with that.
I think we just need it because I mean, if like last year was long, and I played the same people, the same deck, the same. I knew what it got to the point, Jesse. I knew what you were going to do. I knew what Bendy was going to do. You all knew what I was going to do. You know,
Yeah,
so it's like
it did kind of
There's
get
no surprise
to.
factor.
exactly after a few weeks, Scooby, you
It
know
got to the
exactly
point.
and how many of a card they have.
Yeah, it got to the
Oh yeah.
point of just who is going to have the luck of the draw rather than
The luck of the draw.
who's gonna
Exactly. That
what
opening
cards
hand.
they got,
Yeah.
the uncertainty. So you're
Mhm.
not sure what to play because you're not sure what they may have. Whereas
Yep.
now,
Yep.
you know their deck almost so as well as your own that you're like, well, I know they don't have this card in their deck, so I can play this one fine.
Mhm. Yeah. No. But that was our challenge ideas, and I don't know. I hope it comes to fruition and it happens. It's all up to Tuffy. Is he listening? Or no, he's not.
But
Tuffy, you listening?
I mean,
Let's do
if
this.
any of you guys have any ideas of challenge decks or either a deck or a way of playing the game, as you said, as we did last week with no restricted list and things, please let me know in the comments below. Let us know on Discord or wherever. Would you be interested in playing it given this style? You know, as you said, I think Magic the Gathering, they've got so many varieties of how they play the game
Mhm.
now. What other ways could we have of playing it? Oh, just right there at the end. I'm not sure what face that's meant to be.
Is he looking through a spyglass or something?
Uh,
I don't know.
well, it's red, so I think it's a less than happy. Don't you like the idea of challenge modes sort of things, Tuffy? And Tuffy, why? Since you're there, why is Vitamin CWC now poor one? We want two. Please give me
He
two
hates
back.
fun. Yeah. Not cool. Ban him.
Look, it's obviously been a long day. He's only able to talk in emojis at the moment. But no, we are interested.
I want to know who told you. Who told you, Tuffy? Who told you that crap? That vitamins quick and all the other cards were problems. The only problem was the damn accessory swap.
It's better than y'all. No, we know how good it is. That's why we want more of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not asking you to take it off the restricted list. We put it back to where it was on that semi-restricted of allowed of two. Then I don't have to go and take one out of my deck. All of us have to go tweak our decks now because I think everyone runs with two vitamin CWCs.
Yep.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah. Yep. But yeah. Please take it off. But I don't know. The other stuff, Tuffy doesn't surprise me. I mean, server outage, all happy Thanksgiving, especially Pickle Quest. Yeah, the medallions because of your your new rule.
Can't we put somehow
ask
the
you this.
accessory rule on the restricted list? I don't know. Can we just restrict that
Yes,
rule?
it should be ban rule. Tuffy, did you forget dimensional merge, or is it just it's a stinky card, so that's why you didn't care?
And also,
That's what I want.
while we have you here, we'll quickly pick your brains. Have we any updates on League tomorrow, or are we normal decks?
Free play.
And he thinks we'll need to try to broaden your horizons.
Oh, I do. Trust me, 100%. I got so many theme type decks, and I'm loving the scribes right now. So don't worry, my horizons are very broad.
Okay, so he didn't forget about dimensional merge. It's a hint.
Oh, it's a hint. See,
Oh,
I'm telling y'all, he wants people to start using it so we know, oh, this is actually good. And then the second we figure out it's good, boom, back on the limited.
Yep. He hates fun.
That's what's gonna happen.
He hates us and he hates fun. It's all right, Tuffy.
See,
you know.
he'll never give us
You're
the
awesome.
answer. He'll never tell us. The
No, you
whole
won't. You
aim
will
is
never know.
play the game. He wants us to play the card and things for us to realize. And we're
Yeah.
just like, but why?
He never makes it easy for us. We always gotta think for ourselves. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, this is our list and get used to it. Because nothing's changing.
Well, Tuffy has reminded us that if you ain't winning 3-0 every week, you should be changing things up.
I think only one person has won 3-0. I don't know if we don't say that here, but
Yeah, and that person can't use that deck again.
yeah, exactly. Did anyone, not counting buys, because I don't count buys. I don't think there was a 3-0 winner last week or the week before.
I'm not sure many of our league games. League is same time tomorrow. Normal decks, I'm assuming then. He hasn't stated,
and
but we're back to having a restricted list, so they would be.
no Scooby rule, so no changing decks in the middle, and
Hey
right?
man, hey.
Okay. Same time. Okay, get your decks. God, I got so much work to do. I got to take out all those extra limited cards now.
Yeah, I said I didn't tweak my main deck, so I will just at minimum, before each game, delete a CWC.
No.
Next week is free for all. No scribe LolCow required. What?
So we can mix
this
it up?
week coming or the week after? He said next week, so I'm thinking that's the week after. Otherwise, he would have said tomorrow. But ooh, that might be interesting.
Well, we'll learn more.
Yeah, scribes and LolCows allowed in the same
look at
deck.
that!
Oh,
Look at that!
Oh, this is
It's
gonna
like
be a lot
somebody's
of fun.
been listening to the show.
that must be for
Love
next. That must be for next week then. So we've got time to build our deck.
Not tomorrow. Yeah, not tomorrow. Next. Oh, that's gonna be okay.
Because no one's got time
I'm
to
kinda
build a
scared
deck
of
now.
what comes up.
Yeah, week after. Awesome. Oh, yes, that is going to be
awesome.
interesting. Ooh.
That is freaking cool. Okay. But thank you for joining us, everybody. Thanks, Scooby.
Yes,
joining us
thank
up
you,
ahead.
Scooby, for
was
bringing in your things, and thank you, Tuffy, for that update. Hopefully, as per always, tomorrow I will be streaming my games. Scooby, what have you got coming up on the ever-growing channel, which has a lot more now than me, I think, gameplay? Because your brain doesn't frazzle every night.
Yeah, my it's a little frazzled. I've been doing a lot. So this past week I did fall off the wagon a little bit. Not gonna lie,
It's okay.
but I did make up for it because usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays I do Trash Thursday and Trash Tuesday, but I did IRL gameplay instead with Blinks. So I supplemented for it. So yeah.
When you said you
But
fell off
those-
the wagon, I was worried you'd touched Magic the Gathering or something else like that. You'd fallen off the lockup. Oh, that's.
Yeah.
He went IRL, which is awesome that you're able to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm very lucky, indeed.
I've been watching. Scoob, you've seen me in the lives, and
Oh yeah,
that
you
is really
corrected
cool
me
how
too.
you guys play. Yeah. You always try to put one over on them. Someone's got to look out for Blinks. All right. So, but no, that's cool. It's just sad that like if I was to do an IRL, there would be no server outages. There would be no.
Well, an IRL game is almost a challenge deck in its own.
Yeah, the best way that me and Blinks have found to kind of supplement for that, because obviously I'm new. I don't have all the Volume 0 and Volume 1 stuff. We just do a card draft. So everything I have, I place it all out on a table. So that way we keep it 100% fair. So that way one person's not getting 3 do-whats and the other person has none. But doing drafts IRL has definitely been a lot of fun.
That's good. That's good. And what else you got besides the IRL? Are you going to be streaming tomorrow?
I should be. Hopefully, I do better this week, and I don't fall victim to the Scooby curse.
Okay. Jesse, what do you got? I know you got tons of stuff.
Well, tomorrow will be my league games being streamed. So you can watch my 3 defeats. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Wins. 3 wins.
What?
What? Do what?
We'll see what Lady Luck gives me tomorrow. But yes, so we'll be having those games will be then. And then we have Procrasticraft on Monday. Tuesday is Simulation Tuesday. So random simulation games, vary all sorts. Wednesday is Podcast Day. And we're looking at actually going to be a slightly special one because I will be talking a little bit about one of my books that I have written, not managed to publish or anything, but
What?
A little story that I've made. So some of our own creations. Thursday,
Nice. I had no idea.
Thursday we will be continuing with Mass Effect, which I unfortunately had to miss yesterday, but we will be continuing on it. And then Friday, we are back for Question Chaos, which I will say, apparently the Deck Builder database is coming next week. If it is here before the show starts, then we will definitely have a sneak peek at it. But That is awesome. The anniversary set solved the card accessibility issue. Ooh, the Gathering is coming soon. Ooh, wasn't that teases coming from Tuffy as usual? But yes, so we'll have some fun, and we'll probably be thinking slightly of that interesting gameplay that's going to happen next week of Scribes and LolCows together. Ooh.
That is going to be nuts.
But yes.
Crazy.
I don't think that's been done since like the very first games they played because of the card pool was so small. I don't think that rule was even around that you can't do that.
But so guys, if you've got any challenge deck games or things ideas, let us know in the comments, or let us know what Scribes and LolCows would you put together.
That's gonna be nuts. Yep.
Super. What you got? I mean, I should also
nothing.
Having said that, I should have some pack openings. Should have some coming up in a few weeks. The next week.
You know what? Tuffy ran the sale on some Volume X. I actually bought some. I'm gonna crack some open. I missed the year anniversary, but it's okay. I'm gonna crack some and look back on probably my favorite set to this day.
I'm still trying to decide whether or not, or if I can connect my phone to my PC and live stream the opening of my Horror House booster box, which if you saw the short I got, or whether I do it as a video yet. It depends whether I can get over that slight technical floop that I have not yet worked out.
You're gonna crack it.
But
I am very surprised you're gonna crack that booster box.
I'm torn. I really want to keep it sealed. Yeah. But then I also want to try and get some more DCs. I do have like one of every card in Horror House, but most of them are the common ones. So I'm also kind of thinking, if I don't crack it, what if it's a God box? Which Tuffy has also teased that are out there.
Oh, I don't want to hear that because I don't want to open mine.
So not only do I have to work out how I'm filming opening it, I've got to work out, do I want to open it or keep it sealed? It's a hard decision.
Yeah.
But the other two ones, there will be 2 more for the other 2 items that was in the box. They will definitely be coming out.
Good. Yes. I want to see if you pulled any, what do you call it?
Serialized
gold
coins.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, we'll have to find out.
That's cool.
Oh, and your blue hollows too.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
So those 2 will definitely come out at some point.
That tech talk.
So yeah. But I'm eternally grateful for them and glad they arrived safely as well.
Yep. But that's good. Thank you all for joining us today. Us weirdos that let us talk cards and you all listen to us and Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Scooby, again for joining us. That was fun, and
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
let's see what happens tomorrow.
Indeed, indeed. Tune in to either my channel or Scooby. I'm assuming you will probably be streaming your games as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Not that I want to split the viewership, but please do support the amazing Scooby. Then you could potentially see both sides of a game. You never know.
Yeah, that's right.
But yes, that will be probably same time as normal, so they'll be starting from 6 Central or midnight if you're in the UK.
Yeah, in the Hellwheeler land. All right.
Otherwise, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you guys for you being awesome and amazing as always and turning up. And we will see you guys next week for more chaos and questions.
Goodbye.
Adios, everyone.
See you.
It's Friday night and game time is near. JesseHellWheeler and Super are here with a helping hand. Even you can master the cards that confuse. We have the answer. Let's talk about our game. It's number 1. Random cards playing tokens for fun. Question asked and we answer some. Distracted by wild stories of how we won. Confusion reigns and laughter echoes loud. Our knowledge of the cards will make Tuffy proud. Finish things up with a howl and a spin. Another Friday night card chaos bitchin'. Cow and scribes battling, who knew? Some say they know but ain't got a clue. Super and Jesse, the dynamic two, together answering questions just for you. Cards keep spinning with no end in sight, answering questions making you feel alright. Every card has a hidden shining light. Let the Friday night chaos take flight. Time's running out and soon we'll have to end, but not before we take ourselves for a little spin. Every card released has a chance for the light. We'll let the wheel choose how we end the night. Confusion reigns and laughter echoes loud. Our knowledge of the cards will make Tuffy proud. Finish things up with a howl and a spin. Another Friday night